Good morning, student. Good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss a new topic, that is magnetic field due to semi-infinite state current carrying wire. Okay, semi-infinite. Okay, what is semi-infinite? Let us see here. Suppose this one a wire. Okay, suppose this one a wire having a current inside it, that is I, and this wire is semi-infinite, means this wire is one end is not finite, that is one end is at infinite. Okay, and another end is finite. Okay, this end is finite, but this end is not finite. This one end is infinite. And due to this wire, we have to find out the magnetic field at a point P. At a point P at a distance A from this wire, perpendicular distance. This distance is perpendicular distance from this wire at a point P. We have to find out the magnetic field, that is here B. What is the magnitude of magnetic field? We have to find out at a point P due to this semi-infinite wire. We know that for finite wire, if the wire is finite, then we know that what we know that suppose in this one the wire, and for this finite wire there is a magnetic field at a point P. What is the magnitude of the magnetic field at a point P? Mu naught upon 4 pi I upon A sin phi 1 plus sin phi 2. This is the magnetic field at a point P. What is sin phi 1? What is phi 1? Phi 1 is the angle between the one end, line joining the line one end, and the distance between the wire and the point P. This one the A is the distance between the wire and the point P. This one the perpendicular distance from the wire and point P. This is the phi 1 and this one phi 2. We know about it. This one phi 2 and this one phi 1. Phi 1 and phi 2 are both opposite in direction. Okay. This one angle. Okay. So we use this concept to find out the magnetic field at a point P due to the semi-infinite state current carrying wire. Okay. Let us say suppose this is on the B. Here is the magnetic field B. So B becomes how much? Mu naught upon 4 pi I upon A sin phi 1. Okay. What is the angle of between the phi? What is the value of phi 1? Here, what is the value of phi 1? The phi 1 is nothing but the angle between A and A. This one, suppose this end we call as A and this end we call as B. So the phi 1 is the angle between the end A and that point P, the line joining of end A and the perpendicular distance A. If you connect this end to this end, a line joining, this will connect at infinity. We consider that this line will be connect, or this line will be touch this end at infinity, because this one also at infinity. So we see that the phi 1 becomes how much? 90. And what is the value of phi 2? Phi 2 becomes 0. Here phi 2 becomes how much? Phi 2 becomes 0. How it is possible phi 2 becomes 0? Because phi 2 is the angle between the perpendicular distance and the line joining to connect the point P and B. Here you see the phi 2 is the angle between this angle. Phi 2 is this angle, means the angle between the line joining of this point and point P from perpendicular distance. From perpendicular distance, this one the angle. We see that this one the perpendicular distance and this one the line joining. So both are same. The perpendicular distance and the line joining both are same. So here phi 2 becomes 0. So we put here at the phi 1, the value at the place of phi 1 we put 90 degree, and at the place of phi 2 we put how much? 0 degree. Okay. We know that the value of sin 90 equal to 1, sin 0 equal to 0. If you solve this equation, you get how much? Mu naught upon 4 pi I upon A. If you multiply 1 into it, becomes how much? This one, I upon A. And what is the direction of this magnetic field? We place your thumb, and the curling fingers will give the direction of magnetic field. This gives the inward. Here the magnetic field becomes inward. Direction is inward. Okay, your direction is inward. I think you are able to follow me. Due to this concept, there is a question. Let us see here the question. The question asking about find the magnetic field at a point P. We have to find the magnetic field at a point P. What is the value of magnetic field at a point P? Let us see here. We know that this one is straight current carrying wire, and we have to find the magnetic field at a point P. We use this concept. Okay, we use this concept or this concept. Okay. So we have to find out the value of phi 1 and phi 2. First, we know that the magnetic field becomes how much? Mu naught upon 4 pi I upon A sin phi 1 plus sin phi 2. Okay. Here we have to find out the phi 1. What is the phi 1? Phi 1 is the angle between the perpendicular distance and the line joining to connect the one point from point P. Okay. This one the perpendicular distance. We have to observe that this one the perpendicular distance. Wire, the A is the perpendicular distance from the wire and point P. So we have to find out the perpendicular distance, but we don't have any perpendicular distance. So we use here we have a wire, current carrying wire, and this distance is given D, and this one the angle 60 and this one given angle 30. So we use this concept that this one D and this one angle 30, this one theta, that is given, this one 30 degree. Okay, this one 30 degree. Then this becomes how much? D cos 30 degree. Okay, this one becomes D cos. This base becomes this one triangle. If you use this triangle, this one hypotenuse and this one base. So this one becomes D cos 30 degree because this angle is given 30 degree. D cos 30 degree. Then here this one is A, because A is the perpendicular distance. A is the perpendicular distance from the wire. So here this one wire and this one the perpendicular distance A. So A becomes D cos 30. So we write here A equal to D cos 30 means D into cos 30 means what? Root 3 upon 2 becomes how much? D root 3 upon 2. Okay, we find that A becomes how much? D root 3 upon 2. Again, we have to find out the value of phi 1 and phi 2. Phi 1 is the angle between the perpendicular distance and the line joining of the one end. If you connect this perpendicular distance, connect this perpendicular distance, you have to find the value of phi 1, this one the perpendicular distance, and this one the line joining of one end. So this will becomes the phi 1. Phi 1 becomes how much? 60 degree. That is given already. This one phi 1 becomes 60 degree. But what about the value of phi 2? The phi 2 is not 30 degree. Phi 2 is the angle between the perpendicular distance and the line joining of this line. This is a perpendicular distance. Phi 2 is the perpendicular distance, the angle between the perpendicular distance. Phi 2 is the angle between the perpendicular distance and the line joining of another line. Here we see that this one the perpendicular distance. Okay, this one the perpendicular distance, and this one the line joining. This one the perpendicular distance and this one the line joining. So if you want to find out the phi 2, then we have to connect this phi 2 to this one. Okay, and this one becomes how much? Phi 2. Okay, then phi 2 becomes how much? The phi 2 becomes 360 minus theta, 30 degree. Okay, this one 30 degree, this one 30 degree. So this one 360 minus 30 degree means this one clockwise direction, this one clockwise direction. So this one anti-clockwise direction, because we have already considered this one the clockwise and this one anti-clockwise. So the phi 2 becomes 360 minus 30. Okay, so we place there the value of phi 1 and phi 2. We find that mu naught upon 4 pi I upon A, and sine phi 1 that is 60 degree and plus sine 360 minus 30 degree. Okay, and this will be gives a value mu naught upon 4 pi I upon A, sine 60 that is equal to how much? Root 3 upon 2, and plus this one gives a value minus sine 30. Okay, how? Sine 360 minus 30 degree, this will give a value minus sine 30 degree. We know about it. So sine 30 degree, and after solving it you get mu naught upon 4 pi I upon A, and root 3 upon 2 minus sine 30 means 1 upon 2, and after it you get mu naught upon 4 pi I upon A, and root 3 minus 1 upon 2. This one gives the value of V. Okay, this one gives the value of D. Okay, I think you are able to follow me. Thank you very much.